Well, we're back. Action back underway, a little bit quicker than we thought, and just as we come back, the precipitation resumes as well. It's going to be like this for a little while. The little pooling had soaked through. I think Duncan putting a couple of holes might have helped.
Yeah, got the young fellas out there with the big long drill bits and punched a few holes in there to aid with the draining, but yeah, this weather's supposed to be a bit like this morning, but this afternoon looks okay, Andrew.
Well, we've had so much rain it's smashed our marquee out the back, and she's ruined.
Did see that, boys out there trying to pack it all up, and
there was so much water it had just bent the frame.
That's a pretty good bowl there by Forster. I still favour the pink bowl there for shot. That's a Cabramatta bowl.
Jessie Cottell on the mat now. Keenly watching it in. Little edge.
That. Yeah, that's
great result. Oh, great bowl actually.
That is a good bowl.
She comes inside that, she's going to sit the pink bowl anyway. I think one of these greens with it wet, you have to play just over. You want to give yourself the chance of getting those sort of results.
Yeah, exactly, Andrew. We saw that in the championships earlier with the wetter weather, that back bowls were really important. Quicker greens, well, short bowls, depending.
Up to a foot is okay.
Yeah, most definitely, because you can still draw to it. It'll get a couple of rolls on a quick green.
But that is an absolute clanger of a backup. Great bowling, Jessie Cottell. Well, gave it a big chance, pushed the bowl across. Probably still a couple down. Yep, well, I hope at home you can understand what Kaz called. So don't mind you drawing up there. You can sit our bowl, or if you're a bit tight, you can sit in off theirs. Tiny little trail's okay. Just not quite got the speed needed. We might have just lost a little bit of pace with that extra downpour.
You see Sarah here asking for some positive weight down into here. There's a lot that can happen for Forster.
Well, the weight, I think, pretty good, but as we've said before, you get onto the slower greens, your weighted shots tend to hold their line a bit longer because they're standing up. You still have to take a bit of grass with the gently weighted shots on.
So Karen just calling for a positional bowl here. She sees if there's any contact on Jack. That's the area that it looks like moving out to, so that's a very good home there for Jamie Lee. Ready to catch there at Gully.
Yep, all right. Jason Pinnock coaching question here.
Oh.
Put you as the master coach. Sarah asked you to play to that bowl with a little bit of weight. How are you picturing your shot?
How are you picturing the shot?
So how do you pick what you're going to aim at? Do you look at where you want to finish?
Well, everyone's different, Andrew. Every player's different. For me, it's about the end result. For here, if I'm playing a weighted shot, I'm actually looking to draw to a spot probably a metre or two behind, draw to that spot, and generally my bowl should come through the jack and to that spot.
Precisely the answer I was hoping for. Gave you a question without notice.
I can talk about it, but can't execute it a lot.
Yeah, so I'll often call my mates or the people I'm playing with, because we haven't got any mates, you know that. If I'm calling here, I'd be saying, picking a spot just in behind the pink bowl and probably a foot to the right, maybe a bit more, and saying, just draw to here through that jack.
That's right, yep.
The idea is then you're actually playing a deliberate draw shot. You're just picking the line
That's right.
that goes through. Because, in essence, every shot is a draw shot. It's just that...
the position that you're drawing to.
Yeah. Some of them you might be drawing to finish on the other side of their A&E in the hospital. But we don't want to go back there.
Sarah's on a slightly tighter line this time, but just holding. That is her bowl coming in. Wow.
Well, gave it a nasty scare.
Jamie Lee's indicated they've got 3 shots here, Cabra. I think we'll see a gentle draw here, Andrew. Knowing Karen Murphy, she'll be wanting to get a 4th.
Well,
Wow, that's a Forster bowl.
no change. Kaz will always look to maximise a position. Back herself. She knows she can do it. And that's probably the trick, is know what you can do and know what you're likely to do. And if you think you've got more risk of giving away the shot than getting another one, reassess what you're going to do. Three shots to Cabra. Back in the lead.
So again, it's been interesting having a few conversations with players yesterday, especially those players that have been competing in multiple disciplines. And physically, they're all still feeling well. They really are. They said physically, yeah, feel great. Mentally, they're a little bit tired. There's a lot of mental aspect in our game. And some coaches say that 80% of their game is actually played in our head. Most of these players are quite fit players, so they're used to the physical attributes of our game and the length of play. But yeah, obviously mentally, to stay switched on day after day after day can be a bit of a drain on the brain.
Yes. I'm still recovering from Saturday, mate. Sunday, sorry.
With your little accident.
No, with the single streaming day.
Yeah.
It was a rather large day, 7 till 9. I'm still recovering from a little accident too. It still feels like I've been kicked by a horse. 3 trips to the doctors over the last 10 days or so. First one was the most painful.
So, Selina.
That rain has dissipated at this time anyway. Let's hope it stays away.
So it's still quite an open head here. Finding the Forster lead here. Looks like she could be struggling with gripping the bowl. Jess just comes through about 5 foot. Sarah just calling this up, trying to reel it in. Tell you what, it's pretty close. Probably not quite. I still favour the Selina Goddard bowl to the left there. The pink and, well, is it? It looks like
Looks black.
Dark brown to black, yeah. The duo coloured.
Let's just call them half pink.
Jessie Cottell, great adjustment. So, Verina Stafford for Forster now. I think she's got a bit better weight here, Andrew. Well, she's got a good result there. She's got herself second wood now. Giving her skipper options. Back of the rink is tied up by Cabramatta at this stage. Well, Jamie just probably not quite up there with the weight, so. Sorry, this is now Verina Stafford on the mat for Forster.
I'll forgive you.
Previous was Carol Edwards. So Verina giving this every chance. Gets down to the jack. That is a great bowl and exactly what Sarah asked for. Positive weight down in there. There was two options there. It was the jack or the bowl, Andrew, especially holding second wood.
And you will have to forgive us. We are more familiar with the Cabramatta team simply because we've seen them play so many times.
Household names on the live streams.
Yeah, they get to the pointy end of so many competitions, compete in state events, so we see them very regularly.
Verina just a little bit skinny there, so we're still seeing a bit of turn in this green, Andrew. Probably expecting that one to hold a little bit straight.
So us knowing your name is either a compliment or an insult, one of the two. Not that Jason Pinnock again.
Had a few text messages like that over these 2 weeks, mate. It's okay. So, Karen now on the mat, one down.
Coming in, just got to get around that one. Wants to slow down. Oh, she made sure she was up. Just going to get to the back of the rink.
And it does stay on, so
could prove handy.
Imagine we'll see good adjustment by Karen with a second. But chance here for Sarah now. If she can jump right on top of this jack here.
Just make it a bit difficult for Karen. Absolutely does not want to sit beside it. Oh, Bono's made sure she's up as well. Not a bad home. Well, she's got a vision of that bowl. She's going to go for it. Just flips the mat over. Sometimes the fuzzy side up. Just a bit more stable under your foot.
I like this option, Andrew, because I think Cabramatta are probably holding 3 seconds, if not more.
Oh, just a bit too much traffic for Kaz to get through. Big chance for Sarah.
Yeah,
Add a second. Get back into the lead.
Let's see where Verina's put a foot basically anywhere inside the white line. Jack high. And Sarah will count. She's pretty well pointed. Yeah, very good bowl, Sarah. Very important too, Andrew, when you get them free kicks.
Yes, take advantage of everything you can, because you can just about guarantee that someone of Karen's ability is not going to give you too many chances.
Well, not just Karen, the whole 4 of these Cabramatta ladies.
Can bowl.
Will not leave too many opportunities for Forster to get free kicks, so to speak. You see quite a drastic change in length in this end here, Andrew. Forster opting for shorter length. It could be to maybe assist the lead here from Forster. It looks like she has struggled a little bit with a grip of the bowl and reaching the head, so Sarah, well-seasoned bowler and understands team dynamics very well. She's wanting every player in her team to have a chance, and what a great opener.
Great start, yes. Change in length, very effective.
This is a pretty good reply by Selina. Play the positive draw, finishes in a good home. If she had got back to the jack, very good. But again, not trying to get that bowl off, just trying to get one in the head for her teammates coming behind her. Here's another good bowl here. Coming down.
Yeah, it's far enough in to be very useful.
And teammates giving her a high five, so. Forced a change of hand by Selina here. Well, she's trying to get down. That's a very good bowl. Finished in great position. Forster now, they can play either hand. Probably looking to get to either of the pink bowls of Cabramatta. Probably doesn't want a trail jack now. Well, that ended up okay. For a second it looked like it was trailing to the pink, but she turned nicely. Got the jack down the line, but it may create a little bit of a target here, Andrew. We see Jessie on fairly aggressive line here.
Just slightly under.
It's one of the characteristics of a slower green. The weighted shots, we see the turn seems to kick in quickly, and we explained this over the last few days on the quicker greens.
Ball slows down more, leans more, turns more.
That's right.
Whereas when you hold, it'll hold the line on the quicker green. And
well, that's a pretty good bowl. I like that, Andrew.
Forces a change of hands for Jessie Cottell. Forehand, similar idea though, reaching, trying to just give that a little thud.
I like the fact Forster are asking questions of the Cabramatta ladies, making them change hands, change of length. Not giving them two looks in a row at the same shot, and I think it's a very good tactic to employ. We know the quality of these ladies. If they get two chances in a row at any shot, chances are they're going to get it.
Yeah, and Jessie just pushed that second one wide. It's good weight for the shot she was asked for.
Says like this, she wants to get right down to the pink bowl, and has.
Good home. Yeah, well, I hear that if you get that front one off the line is good, was the advice to Jamie.
Well,
close to doing it.
She's very close. She gets right, misses it. Now she's closer. Well, I think she's...
Well, it's made it slightly better. And Sarah calls the little draw in for some cover.
Yes, well, Cabramatta still have the back. Yeah, Sarah's
Slightly
not missed
under.
a hang, but...
Oh, that...
Well...
Oh, the advice from Kaz there, if you land any of those is good. The weight off the last one, pretty much ideal. In fact, I reckon if she plays the same as the last bowl, she'll be close to getting a good result.
And she is very close.
Just like that. Jack springs right out, still in. Thank goodness.
So, down to a skips shootout. It's a very good bowl by Jamie Lee. In these team games, Andrew, it's one of the things you want to do is try and leave the head better than it was previously before you put your bowl down for your next bowl or for the player coming behind you. Always trying to improve the head for the next bowl for your team, giving yourself more options, whether you have to play cover to protect, whether you have to play aggressive to open it up. Thinking about how can I leave the head better for those coming behind me.
And you don't always have to get shot.
That's exactly right, especially in this team's format. Sarah Boddington, what a cracker. Well, they're asking questions.
Especially in the third and skip positions, sometimes the best bowl you can play is to get second or third shot. Even if you're one down, if you add another second shot, you're less vulnerable.
Well, Karen, does she run this? Oh, very good try. Very good try. Well, still important for Sarah to get another one here. There's a little bit of a plant on there for Karen Nelly. We understand her game can be quite aggressive at times when there's opportunity for it. I like this area by Sarah. She'll be right around this. And probably counting too. That is 2 absolute bombs by Sarah Boddington.
Well, the last time I can remember streaming a Karen Murphy-Sarah Boddington clash was at Port City in the Champion of Club Champions. In the final, in fact, or semi-final. Kaz went on to win it. Was absolutely on fire. And one of our feature clips that came out of that was Kaz having a run and clearing every single one of Sarah's bowls out of the head clean as a whistle.
Well, Kaz just give it every chance on the forehand there. Just missed. So 2 to Forster. Yeah, I do remember that clip, Andrew. I think everyone will remember it.
It went a bit viral. We had thousands of views on that one. I think it was more like 500,000 views. And it was the one that knocked Lee Stinson off the most viewed clip. So we were all happy. When it was reimagined a little later. Of course, that one has been blown out of the water now. Our most viewed clip, Anthony Brown.
A legend. So you see Forster again sticking with this shorter length. Mat up. Jack short. I imagine Andrew, when the opportunity comes, we'll see Cabramatta probably try and stretch this out when they get the chance.
Well, I would not be surprised to see T to T.
But, Forster sticking to their guns and their strengths. Well, that's a very good bowl by Selina. Didn't get the shot, but straight away finishes in a very good home.
Well, Sarina on a good line.
Just not quite up this time. The opportunity here now for Cabramatta. Early in this end, if Selina can get right onto this jack. Little trail. She's just underline a bit, probably underweight more than anything. Line probably was all right for that little trail, actually.
Well, TAB Platinum Pennant underway. Round 1, Friday, 11th of April. We kick off our streaming with the grudge match of the century. Probably overplaying that one a little bit. Good friendly rivals. Cabramatta Bullants, St John's Park Saints at Cabramatta, 6 p.m. Friday. Join us online on our YouTube page for that. And don't miss your chance to win a Drake's Pride player pack worth over $1,000. Includes a set of bowls. Join the tipping comp. Have a look on bowlsnsw.com.au for full details. Of course, terms and conditions do apply. All those usual. The bad news for me, I'm not allowed to win it.
No, but you can enter.
I can play along. You can see if you can beat the staff members. Probably can. It's harder to tip than the NRL.
Yeah, it it is, and I think I've mentioned a few times, Andrew. All squads have been somewhat bolstered, I think, this year, right across.
Yeah, there's a few changes.
Right across every squad.
Cabramatta, almost exactly the same. One change. They've brought up one player from their internal. Benny Moorthorpe gets a run this year. St John's Park, a little bit of a change. I think Maryland's the big improvers in the squad. Warilla, a few slight changes. Of course, our mate gone up to
bolstered
Kawana, but they've picked up Michael Anderson. You're saying bolstered because they've got a Northern Rivers player, mate? Oh,
no, they're bolstered. They got Lee Stinson in the squad this year.
Oh, well, yes.
Whereas I think he might have been a squad member last year, but
wasn't in
more as a reserve.
Wasn't in the 12 to start the season.
So.
Ended up in the 12 to finish the season.
I think they've gone, you know what? Let's get this bloke in here. He'll definitely load us up.
Well, balances up because Gary Kelly, the incredible shrinking man, had to get someone a bit taller and, back end scrum player.
So at the moment, Forster has shot with that short orange one. Might be two. It's also the blue bowl just on top of the orange. But Cabramatta have the position at the back here, so movement of the jack backwards. They can get a few shots. Well, could have used that bowl, Andrew, to get across and into the head there. Just got underneath.
Well, I just wonder whether the storm this morning and the change in conditions and just that little bit of a disrupted start does bring Forster more to the fore. If you've got that playing through the head, then they might just be able to get a few shots in just to rattle the Cabramatta girls a bit, because they haven't really been overly challenged in their opening games. They averaged winning each match by around 30 shots.
Right, Sarah's just wanting to get a back marker here of sorts. As I said, Cabramatta have got nearly everything at the back. Splits them up a bit and forces Karen to play a more precise weight now. Karen gets a trail down the line of about a metre.
They're wheeling it across. Little fine edge would be good for Kaz. Well, it's come in for second.
Now, Sarah Boddington, what do you do here? Do you leave that open for Karen to have a second look, or come down and trail the jack yourself down that backhand?
You do.
I think so.
You just play a nice, solid draw shot. You hope. Well, she's coming forehand.
She may be just trying to get to the back green and yellow here, Andrew. Looks a little wide. Well, God.
She was going right to the back there, I think. And probably not bad move, because the best two back, both Cabramatta, Jamie Lee and
Sarah Boddington's got that other one there. So Jamie Lee and Sarah got similar coloured bowls.
Okay. Kaz can sit the shot bowl or trail the jack.
Just wanting it to get down, just isn't. So
not a wonder Forster.
You see the Cabra girls looking at that, a little bit perplexed. So they're just probably analysing that for future ends. Going, okay, put that one in my memory bank. Didn't quite get the turn out of it that I expected. So Forster out to an 4-shot lead. And playing really well, Andrew, they are.
The important thing for Forster here is to not overly watch the scoreboard and not think about anything other than the next bowl and the next end, or the current end. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You're in the front. Play as if you're behind and just need to pick up one or two shots every end. Just keep grinding it out. Because if you start looking at the scoreboard and thinking, oh, we could win this, that's when things go wrong.
here next door, Andrew. Maryland's versus Engadine in the other women's semi-final, and Maryland's crew here on the sidelines really supporting their ladies.
Well, you've got the young Tyro versus the old head there. I use old in a very advised capacity. I'm not having a go. But Anne John's very experienced is probably the better way to put it. Not really all that old. But certainly played a lot of games for New South Wales and Australia. Been around the game for quite some time, whereas Katie Ashley, well, a recent sensation is probably the best way to describe it. Former New South Wales under-18 rep, just recently graduated. So the young Tyro out to stamp her claim on the open stage. Or the unrestricted, whatever you want to call it. Open is a bit hard because it usually refers to gender.
Open women's.
Yeah, look, the women's, straight out, women's grade.
Anyone can enter.
Any women.
As long as you meet the eligibility requirements.
Yes.
Age restrictions don't come into it. So it's a bit of a tight head here. Not sure who's got shot, but Karen's just asking Jess to get up underneath here. That is a Cabramatta bowl, the pink one. She gets on the outside edge of the orange. She can make a promotion, but good weight, good home.
Katie does something with her chalk. I can't. She stores it in the back of the cap. She's got the hair there to contain it and the room in the cap as well. I have neither the hair and I've always got the cap just about all the way out because of a big fat head.
Carol just a bit short there on her two bowls, so at the moment Cabramatta in very good position. They've got the back bowls, they maybe have shot, but they've got more options at this stage, so well, here comes just cut across, but that's another one in behind the head for Cabra.
I just wonder whether they'll take the punt with Jamie, go to the backhand, try and just set that blue one through, or just come underneath and trail a jack 2 or 3 feet.
Well, Verina Stafford's in a very good area here, Andrew. She has played very well, and what a great result. That's a very good bowl.
Makes it hard, but I think Kaz now will get the backhand.
Verina's
exactly. Get that jack on the outside. You're only just overdraw enough to hold it up to get under the bowl. That's all you want. Jamie, well, I think it's just under the line. And, well, it's clogged it a little bit. Now the question is to try and promote that bowl. Or do you just do a little fancy one and try and come the other hand and slide off that bowl and onto the jack? It's a shot I actually like playing. You slide. Upsets your opponents. They think you got lucky.
Well, Verina,
Southern State, almost very good. It's not a bad home at all.
Very good weight. Verina's done very, very well for the Forster team so far. Really put good bowls in good areas, drawn shots, promoted shots. Really asking the question of the back end of the Cabramatta ladies, Verina has been, and so slight adjustment here for Jamie Lee. She has taken that extra grass this time, Andrew.
Wants it to come down to her own bowl, not the outside one.
Wow. It's at least 2 shots there to Forster. And in all honesty, Andrew, it's
tough.
It's not pretty for Cabramatta, is it?
Well, the other issue you've got is that your third wood for Karen is the one that's on the line short. So if you attack and chip it out, it could be another 1 or 2 down. Sarah just got to find a path in.
Look out to her orange bowl. She gets an inside edge and come in is a great result. Outside edge of it.
She might also be looking at what happens if Karen attacks and does actually get a movement on the jack. Where does she need to cover? So she might be looking to cover those bowls at the back, just about there where she's going to finish. Good home. Just going to go, Karen's going to play that same idea, just a couple of feet, not trying to get anything too dramatic movement, but just enough to, a little bit of a change up. Just playing a forehand to get access to her own bowl, up and over.
Well, how does she get it now?
Oh, everything but. Got her own in the middle. I think she'd have pushed it onto the jack and...
Well, I think the shot for Botto here is through the orange this time, Andrew. Put some number pressure in there. She can get a turn out of the orange or get inside of it. She can definitely get a third. And the line looks like that. It's all down to speed now. Does she have the speed to get it up and over? Not quite. Good effort though, Botto.
Well, the question we have to ask now is what rain?
Well, wow. That really went,
hole.
didn't it?
A couple more to Forster. Might have a look at the other one. I don't think they'll get it, but tape will come out just to make sure.
Interesting early.
Not a hell of a lot in that, but 2, I think that was signal was.
Yep.
I'll give them 2. 10-4. 7 ends played.
See the results coming through of our other semi-finals on the screen, progress scores. We have all the semi-finals of the fours here at Cherry Street this morning of all the disciplines. They've come across from Lennox and Alstonville. The senior women's, senior men's and reserves.
Because Cherry Street Sports here at Ballina is our major sponsor as far as the hosts venues goes. Club Lennox, subsidiary of Cherry Street Sports, and Alstonville on board to host the qualifying levels and some semis.
Well, probably hears through the mic. A lot of teams getting up and about early in their games. Lots of encouragement. Lots of cheering. Day 17. There's still plenty of energy around, Andrew. On green.
On green, good.
No, it's been a sensational event. State championships here in the Northern Rivers for 24-25. Yeah.
Trying to convince Terry Sheen that he needs to have a chat.
He will be. We'll get him in. We will get him in.
Just for a few minutes, but going to welcome Terry in. Just going to take the headphones off Jason Pinnock and Terry. Day 17, we've arrived.
Yay.
Despite all the weather.
Yes, and Ballina just puts up one more hurdle for us this morning. I think we had 23 millimetres of rain in about 20 minutes. Arrived at 6 a.m. this morning to have 4 greens underwater. So, here we are.
But Duncan's done a great job again, and we're out and we're playing. And as we say that, you've brought the sunshine.
Yes, sunny Ballina.
It's been a beautiful time here, despite the little bit of liquid sunshine. I haven't heard any player legitimately make any complaints. Only one I heard can be easily explained by they lost.
Sometimes ability gets mixed up with conditions, eh?
Yeah, look, it's been a fantastic event, and you've had a great crew. Thanks to yourself and Fiona and Glenn Marie, the ones we've had to deal the most with, have done a fantastic job, as well as Duncan and his crew.
Yeah, amazing crew we've got.
Even pinched your car space for a little while yesterday.
Yeah, I've just sent the invoice to Bowls New South Wales, mate, so that's
Parking
okay.
fees, yep. Yeah. I think we've probably identified 1 or 2 things we can do slightly better in 2 years' time, but nothing really major. I think we've managed to pull off a very successful event.
Yes, from our point of view, it's been incredible across all 3 venues. I was talking to Marissa up at Olsenville. She's very happy with the way things have gone, and just the professionalism of you guys at Bowls New South Wales has been made our jobs a hell of a lot easier as well.
I think a couple of us might be getting a bit tired by now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to be sad to see the end of you tomorrow, mate, as much as I like you, and it's going to be nice to wake up tomorrow morning and see back to a bit of normality for a few days. But it's been fantastic for us as a region. The Northern Rivers is so pleased we got this event up here.
And I think one of our highlights for me, although it was a very long day, was Sunday with the singles finals back to back to back. And the crowd that hung around to watch. The women's singles final, brilliant crowd inside. The men's singles final, we would have loved Ben Twist to be on fire, but it was Cody Packer who just steamed away with it. But the number of people around the green cheering them on, and just fantastic. That's been true of all of the events.
Yeah, absolutely. The crowds have been sensational.
The other big takeaway from me is the army of volunteers wearing Ballina shirts. Only too eager to help the players and to make sure they've had a wonderful experience.
Yeah, and that's usually what makes these events. The volunteers can make us or break us, and we've always had great success here in the Northern Rivers with our bowlers wanting to put their hand up and promote the game of lawn bowls on the Northern Rivers. It's been amazing. So can't thank our presidents, both presidents, ladies and men's, and great bowler. They've done an amazing amount of work. But yeah, we'll hopefully put on a nice day for all the volunteers, and we'll get over Anzac Day and Mother's Day and Easter, and we'll put a nice day on for the volunteers here at the club and have a game of bowls on us, and a couple of drinks and a feed maybe, just to show our appreciation, and a bit of a guarantee that we can get them back in 2027 to do it all again. But yeah, can't thank them enough.
I've had a couple of days at Club Lennox and a day up at Alstonville, and I would say Marissa was spectacular up there, and their army of volunteers as well. Club Lennox, Ray Roberts, the Energizer Bunny.
Yep, sure is.
Just keeps going. And I can't single out a name here because they've all been fantastic.
Yeah, they're... It's a fear of missing somebody if you sort of start mentioning too many people, but yeah, over 80 volunteers, and every single one of them played their part, and it's been a great help to our team as well.
And 18 months worth of planning certainly has paid off. Does that mean start talking again in a couple of months' time. About 27.
Absolutely. We'll get over Anzac Day first. That's usually the biggest day of the year for us, but we'll get over that and we'll start going again.
At least now we've got the template in place. We'll do the old continuous improvement cycle. What can we do better?
Yeah, it's there's lots of things we can sort of do better. I think we'll sort of have a chat with our local council as well, and hopefully they'll come on board in a significant way for our next one, because I've spoken to plenty of businesses around town, and everybody in town has seen a bit of an uplift in their businesses. So from so many people in town, so I think that's an absolute plus for our area. Hopefully council support next year or the year after will help us create a bigger and better event again.
And we want our venues and our hosts to do well out of hosting an event, because we're then supporting our clubs, and particularly yourselves, but particularly Alstonville and Lennox Head. Hopefully they've done quite nicely out of it as well, because they're a bit smaller clubs.
Yeah. I think the whole three clubs are pretty happy with the way it's gone. Obviously there's a significant investment from the Cherry Street Sports Group, and you need to see some increases to get that money back, and I think we've pretty well achieved that. But sometimes it's not always about profit. We need to ensure that we keep the game of lawn bowls alive. It's our founding sport, and we wanted to acknowledge that by this significant investment and bringing it to the Northern Rivers for everybody to enjoy. And Timmy Rowe was instrumental in getting that for us. He had a few doubts when council sort of said they didn't have any funding available, but we gave him the confidence that we were ready for the challenge, and so I can't thank him enough, and his board as well. So it's been great.
And we won't be clogging up your boardroom with all of our equipment overnight after today.
Yeah, it's a good little spot, but we just need a couple of beds in there, mate. Some of those nights you had here are 15-hour days, and could have easily just went in and closed the door and had a little sleep there for yourself, I'd say.
Right, very easily. Luckily for us, we had a couple of us we can sort of swap in and out of roles occasionally, so we did get a couple of mornings sleep in a little.
Yeah, that's great. I think a couple of your team had a couple of celebration drinks throughout the tournament with our greenkeeper, which is always a brave move. As we know, greenkeepers work hard and they play hard as well. So I think he left a few scars with a few of your staff there a couple of times, but I think it was more enjoyment than anything going on, so which has been great.
Yes. I missed out on those. The extra tablets to keep the leg clean said no.
That's why you're looking fresh as a daisy, mate.
Oh, still pretty tired. Got about a 9.5 hour drive time home tomorrow. Tomorrow.
And then get ready for Platinum Pennants, hey?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to be doing those duties, but Sunday's a little trip to the other end of the state. We're off to Merimbula on Sunday for the state juniors on Monday. So we're at the extremes of the state from one week to the next. Might be a bit cooler down there. Might have to break out the long pants. Haven't had to wear them up here at all.
Yeah, you'll definitely need them down south. Look, Andrew, thanks so much to you, mate. You've been here. The dedication you've shown to it as well has been fantastic. Setting up this great live streaming, it's next level. We've used quite a few companies over the years to live stream events here, but I think this has probably been one of the best setups, and your time and dedication, mate, has been greatly achieved. And I've got Jason Pinnock. I can't thank him enough as well from Bowls Australia. He's been here every day. I message him and ask him if he's having a day off, and he assures me he is, and 2 hours later he arrives on site. So I think he's got a good kick out of it. But I'd just like to thank him personally. And thanks to all the spectators, volunteers, and I've got Jason sitting here biting at the bit, ready to get back on. So I'll just, I'll tune out now, mate. But I can't thank you guys enough. Thanks for the support.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah.
We're looking
travels
forward
home
to
for all
2
the-
years' time coming back and having an even bigger, better time, and enjoying the hospitality here. Maybe even one of those beautiful lunches again.
Yeah, mate, we can sort that out for you. We'll keep the taps away from you so we don't cut you open again.
Yeah, I'll open the eyes a bit better.
Yeah. But and thanks to all the players, and hopefully everybody travels home safely. And we look forward to wishing getting everybody back here in 2027.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Oh, the boss here, Terry Sheehan, CEO of Cherry Street Sports Group, or the Cherry Sports Group, is it? I think I've been saying it wrong.
No, you're right the first time. It's the Cherry Street Sports Group.
I'm here in beautiful Ballina for the TAB State Championships. Well, it's 5:10. I'll add that one extra on that I now can see the scoreboard. Close head here. Not sure whether it's Cabra might be even holding a couple. I was just listening to Terry so much that I've forgotten to worry about the bowls enough. That's what we are here for, though. So let's get back to it. Who's holding shot there, Jason? I can't actually see it on my screen that well.
I'm not sure who owns which blue bowls, so I know our viewers will know.
Kaz is reaching just a little bit, so
She an edge off of that. Yeah, that's a great bowl. It's definitely one to Cabra.
Cabra, yes.
Could be as many as 3 if that blue bowl is a Cabra bowl, but
It could be Sarah's, I'm not sure. That sun come out has got me on. It's quite glary around the screen. It's actually a little difficult to see. So we need the Bowls New South Wales hood over our monitors.
okay, Sarah looking to make some contact on this front pack.
Oh, it's just going to go underneath.
Yep. So the girls are having a look at what happens if there is contact in there. They're looking at a cover shot now.
2 bowls to come, so that definitely is not Sarah's bowl in there. Certainly don't underestimate Sarah Boddington, because certainly capable of playing the bowl that's going to hurt you. I don't think any of these players would underestimate Sarah.
So, yeah, Karen is playing a cover shot.
The scores from our other matches scrolling through on our next scoreboard underneath our main. And keep up to date with how your team is going there.
So it is 3 shots to Cabra. That blue bowl is a Cabramatta bowl in between.
Sarah just lining up. That's a good pre-shot routine. Does the same thing each time. Just gets herself comfortably set. Make sure the grip is the same. That
Well, has she got the weight here, Andrew? I don't think so.
No.
She's backing off, so
3 to Cabra.
surprising. I probably expected a little bit more aggression there from Sayers, but well, they're pulling the 3 out, looking at a 4th.
You know, don't die wondering. You always make sure if you have any doubt, measure it. Even if it turns out to be that you're wrong by 10 centimetres, you're better off to put it on and know that you've not ripped yourself off.
So the closest bowl for Forster is that back blue one. I measured that first.
We missed a chance. Nick had left his wallet sitting in front of us, and we didn't shout ourselves to the jug of water with his card.
Looks like, yeah, that pink one looks like it's in by a fair bit. So that's 4, and that one's in by a fair bit. That's 5.
Well, it's
a big hand for Cabramatta. Back to 10 all.
I just had to count down along the scoreboard thing, and 5. Almost any more, I got another hand.
Nick had to do a 7 yesterday, Andrew.
That is a big count down there.
Yeah, so 5 down. So again, it sort of surprises me with the weight that Sayers played.
Well, and what's my saying? Big numbers hurt.
Yes, they do. Anyway, important for Forster this end. Won't be wanting Cabramatta to get on this sort of run. We've seen it in their sectional games. If they get on a run, a couple of big counts, they can really take the game away from their opposition. So, big end here for Forster. Keep the pressure on. Have the mini goal of probably just going, no matter what, ladies, let's win this end.
Once you've done that, let's win this end. And when you've done that, let's win this end.
But especially after dropping a big count, it's really important to
just recover.
Yeah, exactly right.
And Karen, though, she'll be saying, well, come on, let's get this one. Let's get a 1 or a 2 or take our opportunity. Just double down. Then win another end and really throw the pressure down. You just don't. It is a mental game.
Sarah's clapping this one. She likes it. This is a very good opener. Well, second bowl, but great bowl. Just what Forster needed. See Jess now playing positive draw down there. She can sit the bowl through underneath for the jack. If she misses, she's getting to that back pink one probably, Andrew. She's on a fairly good line if she's got the run.
Likes the path, just not quite all the way in.
See Sarah there asking a second. Okay, get one in behind. If not, she can actually bump that shot bowl through and stay herself. That'll set up the head nicely as well. Sarah's calling for this to turn. Well, it's coming now, Andrew. And look at that. Very, very good home. It's a good setup by Forster after dropping a 5. So Jess, all she wants to do is probably add 2 foot of weight here. She has a little bit more than 2 foot, but give it every chance down there. Again, probably something similar wanted here for Carol. She's a little bit under than her previous. So Forster holding shot and third. Front bowl there of Jessie Cottell is second wood. It's around about 14, 15 inches short.
I think the shot here for Cabramatta, though, is still that forehand just over the draw. If you trail it, it doesn't go to you, bad luck. But if you get that shot wood dead square and push it past, you stay and you're in a great position. If you're a little bit under and you go up and over your own, you get a little edge, is not going to hurt too much, and it's still there to be played, just a little more difficult now. But you get up and over. Well, if you come just inside and clip it out, great. You're probably going to get a jack. But if you get Jamie Lee's bowl straight in the back, you're going to push the shot bowl out as well, hopefully.
Like this call by Sarah, she's actually asking the third to play the shot before Cabra does.
Yeah, well, you get the inside run, or if it's your own bowl straight behind, you get the trail. Well, Kaz says be positive. You get the jack 2 or 3 metres back, you're holding. You get the red out clean. What she's trying to do is get her own bowl just off centre to the left of screen, so be slightly wide. That'll push it straight onto the shot bowl.
Jamie's following this one up. She likes this. She's in a very good area. A little bit of jack. Oh, not enough.
It's another backward.
Very well executed. Unlucky.
Kaz just gives a little grimace, looks at us. Do love the feedback from Karen.
Look, I think all our players have been great on the live stream, Andrew.
Fantastic.
They've come off and had a chat with us and probably given us some information to share with the viewers what's happening out there. It's been sensational.
Wilksy popping up and having a look on the screen as well. A lot of players have done that. A couple have come for a look for a replay to check on whether a bowl was a toucher.
We did that with a marker once in one of the games, didn't we? I called it as a toucher, actually. The marker said, no, it wasn't. Because we saw that the bowl got to the jack and it rolled back that tiny little bit on the replay.
I've got to laugh. A lot of people will find Karen a bit intimidating when she's on the green because she asks lots of very direct questions. She doesn't muck around on the green. She's straight to the point. So they do find that a little bit scary.
Well, her communication is absolutely spot on. There's no ifs, buts, maybes. It's the question, give me the answer, straight to the point. Removes any doubt in calls, provides the team with confidence as well.
There's no bull either.
That's exactly right. So Karen looking to do something similar. She has got Jess on her way in.
Just wants that up and over. There's a chance for a result, and it's back to Jessie Cottell bowl. 1-2 Cabramatta.
Great result there by Karen Murphy. Something she was definitely playing for it. So Botto back to a draw. She's only the one down. She can sit that green and yellow bowl. Probably 2 turns out of it. She turns it back to 2. But ideally she's just wanting to draw the shot here. Does she get down now, Andrew? Wow, that's a mighty fine effort, Botto.
Well, it's not quite a free kick, but is a big opportunity for Kaz just to draw another. She's done it.
We don't expect anything less, do we?
Now you hesitate now. I just hesitate to call it a free kick for some of these players. Still got to play it. Don't want to put them in. Well, I'm not putting them under pressure, but
Oh, it's just expectation, isn't it, by not only us, but viewers and probably your teammates too. Tell you what, Botto's on a good line here. This is down to a speed. Does she get back enough? She did. Sarah Boddington.
stop and flop, that'll do.
Come up with a brilliant answer. Probably 2 down. Well, they're still measuring for shot. Either way, Sarah Boddington played a clanger.
Well, she saved 1, maybe 2. She saved 2. She's effectively saved 3 because she's got 1 when she was 2 down. 3-shot turnaround if she's drawn it.
Yeah, she did draw it. Forster ladies, up and about.
Are we brave enough to get the fourth camera out now?
That is your call, Andrew.
Or is it just inviting it to rain? Kaz just having a look to the side. Is that a conversation? Yeah, it's just a conversation.
Yeah.
No, it's not even a conversation. She's just watching. She might be thinking the same thing to me as I was. That cloud out there doesn't look real positive. Oh, Jamie's just gone over, pinched some lollies from the Maryland stash.
Yeah, it's a pretty good opener there by Forster. The Forster lead. 2 foot short. Selina, just get down now. Yeah, very good starter. So important for the Forster lead here to be up at it. If you're finishing, looking at that 2 foot behind, probably can sit that last bowl of Selina Goddard's. And she's pointed this all right, Andrew. Just not sure about the run. Yeah, just a little underdone, unfortunately.
Well, if you're ready for a holiday, discover more with AAT Kings. Whether you're admiring natural wonders or embracing local connections, with AAT Kings' expertly crafted tours, there's always something new to explore, as you'll be in the hands of experts. Get up to $1,800 in air credit per couple on selected tours, plus save an additional 5% with your exclusive Bowls New South Wales discount. Visit aatkings.com or click the link in the YouTube bio. Book before the 17th of April. Use promo code BOWLSNSW. Terms and conditions do apply.
Okay, Jessie. Yeah, this is a great lawn bowl. Jessie just got around those front ones. A little tiny touch. But there's a bit of a bank there still for Forster to use. Sticking to this backhand, can beat the pink bowl and get second and close to shot. And she has done just that. Second wood. So Forster just not going away and not letting Cabramatta have it all their own way. Something we haven't seen very often. But great play of the Forster ladies. Jessie Cottell gets down well.
Good effort.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to put you on the spot again. Your highlight moment.
Oh, look, I've got a couple, but there's no doubt about it. The Lee Schreiner drawn to the ditch. Now, I think it's, you ask a lot of players, it is one of the hardest shots in the book to play. He had around about, as we see, a great bowl there. What do you have, maybe 2 inches of room?
Plenty.
He was 2 down on the head, 2 inches of room to draw a shot. And viewers, if you go back and look at that highlight reel, you saw the reaction from Lee himself. That indicated how good a shot it actually was. He was pumped and revved.
I thought you were going to say the Iluka victory in the women's senior singles.
Well,
Great for your region.
Yeah, most definitely it is. As far as the Northern Rivers is concerned, we've had, I think you'll find, probably the most successful state championships for the Northern Rivers.
Terry McFadden, runner-up in the men's senior singles.
Semi-finalists in pairs, semi-finalists in the triples as well. So Lismore Heights themselves have done really, really well at these championships. Yamba ladies, wow, in the seniors, you know, semi-finalists in the singles, finalist in the pairs, I think, triples. They're out here today playing the semi of the fours. Massive effort. Nick Winkler-Maloney from East Lismore, semi-finalist in the Open Reserve. Again, sensational effort. He's a bowler that's just come back, did play as a junior, had some time out, now come back into the fold. Just trying to think of some other results out there for the Northern Rivers crew. But overall, for the Northern Rivers region, obviously hosting in the Northern Rivers, probably gives them a bit more comfort, understanding the facilities. They play here a lot, understand the conditions. So I can't say that there was no advantage. Maybe a little bit, just more comfort-wise, understanding the facilities and conditions. But yeah, sensational championships. Look, probably one of the biggest results, which hasn't been mentioned as much, I've got to say, is Richard Rombouts from Bangalore, grade 6 pennant player. He won the all-ability singles, the reserve discipline. He then backs it up in the pairs and beats Commonwealth Games gold medalist James Reynolds in the open pairs discipline. Now, that's no mean feat, Andrew. I'm telling you right now, Jimmy Reynolds, not only is he brilliant in that para space,
he's out here playing in the fours semi as well.
Fours semi, he's a platinum pennant player. The man can play. So for Richard Rombounce, I think his performance probably excels everything, in all honesty.
Look, to me, that one of the highlights is the All Abilities State Championships themselves. You've got a bit of a mix of players, some who are here for the experience, the ability to mix it with their peers. The fact that we've got a number of new players and grown the field for this year, I think that's spectacular.
Well, that's a Forster bowl coming in.
Oh, she snuck one in there.
Well, has she? There's that dark blue bowl. Sarah's coming up to have a look at that.
Very cool.
It's tight for shot, I think, actually, Andrew, because I think that dark blue on the right-hand side is actually a Forster bowl. The problem is Cabramatta. Well, if Sarah's playing the forehand, maybe that... I've got confused with the blue bowls here, Andrew. Are you? Yep. If Sarah's playing forehand, I'm assuming that they're probably her bowls.
And the problem for us is we're looking at the other end. We can't get the live view to, which we do find a bit easier. I find these screens very glary at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
And a special shout out whether you're watching on from Casino or Coonabarra brand or Cooma. That's covered big chunk of the state. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the broadcast on the Bowls New South Wales YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, because there's plenty more action coming up. It starts at 6 o'clock Friday with Platinum Pennant live from Cabramatta, with the Bull Ants taking on the Saints. Then again on Saturday night from Wenty Leagues, and then again Sunday morning the Gorillas taking on the Koalas, and then Monday morning down to Merimbula State Junior Championships. Wow. Then from Good Friday to Anzac Day, we're not going to do any.
What?
We're not doing any between Good Friday and Anzac Day. But we do kick off again. It's 2 to Forster. We kick off again the day after Anzac Day, Saturday. 2 more games of Platinum over the weekend then, and then
I'll be
Champ pairs.
26th of April, I'll be docking back in at Brisbane from a cruise. Might be able to tune in.
It's the last of my try and restore sanity days.
It's a bit of going on an early birthday present for my partner. It's a bit of a milestone birthday this year, so Early birthday present, heading out on a cruise for 5 nights.
You used one of the special bowls New South Wales offers, didn't you? Yes, you did.
Yes, of course.
Just another benefit.
It is, and these partnerships that Bowls New South Wales are developing are really great for our members. More member offers coming through all the time. So a lot more benefits to be had being a member of Bowls New South Wales. Not just for the ability to enter events, but these partnership offers have been great.
Discounts on cruises, discounts on tours with AAT Kings. We've even given a few free tickets to the races.
Yep. Saw State of Origin offers I think last year, Andrew.
Yep. I think it was 2-for-1 tickets.
Yep. Selina Goddard, brilliant bowl. Little touch, draws the shot, so Forster just open up the lead again, now 3 shots.
And we're halfway through.
Really impressed with that. They dropped that 5, got to work and picked up the next couple of ends. Just not going away, which you don't expect them to in a state fours semi-final.
Well, there's very little difference in the score in 9 of our 10 semi-finals currently underway. The odd one out is Katie Astley's team from Maryland's 16-6 up after 8 ends over Ann Johns. 16-7 after 9 now. It'll be updated in just a minute. I can actually see the people on our little sheet.
Yeah, you're right. There's probably a maximum of 2 shots difference in every other match. Well, here's 3.
Well,
oh, great bowl there. Sensational, Carol Edwards. Loving the way they're playing. They're positive, these Forster ladies, not leaving anything open. And
well, Clay Parker leads Stephen Pell 10-8 after 9. And Mark Alexander leaves Jeff Lockwood. That's hardwood over Orange X Services 7-6 after 8.
Jessie just wanting to get down. Yep.
In the women's senior fours, Yamba leads Forster 6. Go Workies were all at 10 all after 9. And you've just lost your screen. You got it back again.
Screen's back. It was just
your connection. Probably needs to be. So in the reserve fours, it's Warhope leading Glen Innes 10-8 and Old Bar leading Wagga 10 and 10 ends respectively. And that concerns me, but I'm checking our live view on screen. That screen usually reflects what's going out, so
it's an equipment issue. My pictures are just coming in and out. Here we go. Jamie Lee around that front one. Oh, she just got a tap on it. So, Forster
holding 2.
Holding 2 brilliant shots here. What I like is they're asking Cabramatta ladies, all right, you're going to beat us. You're going to have to dig right in and pull out your best. And these 4 ladies, all with international experience.
Well, the thing is too, though, they basically cruised through their sectional games. 3 wins plus 92. They haven't been challenged.
Should make for some great shot play for the rest of this match, Andrew, as we really see the Cabramatta team having to dig in. And
it's a point we made about the number 1 pennant set up for some of the clubs over the years that We've seen a couple of areas where someone dominated at their local level and then got to state finals and underperformed is probably the best way to put it. But what it was is they weren't used to being challenged every game.
Well,
Peeled one of them out, stayed, great bowl.
yeah, it's a Forster bowl, and it's pushed it out wide there. There was a bit of a collection out to the right-hand side building up there for Cabramatta. See Sarah with her first actually drew out there and put one amongst it. So for Sarah here, a front knocker would be ideal. She needs to get under that.
I'm always amazed when people walk past our broadcast position. They feel the need to duck, but the cameras are a few metres away from us and they're not blocking my view because I've only got a tiny little view between the screens anyway.
It's good to show they're showing
Consideration.
consideration, yeah. They're not aware of it, but it's just young fella from Wagga just coming to say see you later. Made third yesterday in the men's fours. Cody O'Keefe, and I said on the stream, he really impressed me, Andrew. Karen, is she around that front? Unfortunately not, so it's one to Forster. Sarah's clapping the girls, keeping them up. Keep going, girls. Plenty of encouragement. I think we spoke about, greatest shot that we've seen these championships and probably for performance, but another great performance has to be mentioned. Josh Ingram from Austral in the reserves disciplines. Reserve pairs champion, backed it up reserve singles champion. That's no mean feat, Andrew, to get 2 state championships in that discipline. Rookie singles champion this year as well. So it's a really big effort, I think, and he's been well noticed too with those efforts. I believe he's playing in top grade pennant for his club now. He qualified as a reserve earlier in the year, but
Well, he might be, and don't take this as any indication of any official policy, he might be in contention for the breakout performance of the year at the Bowls New South Wales Awards night, which will be in October this year for the 24-25 season. That's all got to be announced, so keep an eye on the socials and website.
yeah, most definitely. Plenty of awards on offer, and I think there's a good case for all 3 clubs, but Cherry Street here at Ballina in particular, looking at awards such as Club of the Year, Volunteer of the Year. There's opportunities there, but there's opportunities for all clubs in our state for those sort of awards, so keep an eye out for that.
But it's a year where you're not going to say there is any one standout for female bowler of the year, male bowler of the year, senior male bowler of the year, or senior female bowler of the year. There's enough spread around them.
Yeah, you're right.
And it is all points based, so we will go back and very carefully add up all the points across the events. We had a narrow winner in the female bowler of the year last year. Just won it by about quadruple everybody else.
Well,
So no dominant performance like that this year. With Dawny Hayman, who won the state mixed pairs, the state singles, the state pairs, the state triples. And the only one she missed out on, she was beaten by the state fours champion at regional level.
yeah, and I think I might have already mentioned it, but talking to the players here, the mental side of the game in qualifying for multiple disciplines and playing day after day really highlights the mental strength of Dawny last year. 4 in a row, there was no break with the way the schedule was done. Mixed pairs, straight into triples, straight into pairs, straight into singles. She got a break at the end where the fours was the last discipline. She did not stop.
I'm trying to think who won the Champion of Champions singles for the women. Well, that was Dawny as well. Gone blank. Just a bit of senility setting in, probably. Selina holding probably 2 there.
Well, contact here is really good.
Only 1 now.
Yeah, only 1 now, but a little bit more open to get to now. I must say, Verina has played really well at third here for Forster. If they've been in a bit of trouble, she's opened up heads, drawn shots, made it better for her skipper after she's finished her 2 bowls. So, I mentioned earlier, there's a second and third. That's probably a big aim, is to have the head looking better than it was previously before you delivered.
And no, my memory was right. It was Dawny won the Champion of Champions as well.
So it's Verina down here. She wants to get under that. Oh, you saw that was pretty positive weight. She was looking to get down to that shot bowl then.
So Dawny had 7 state championships that she could have competed in. She won 5 of them.
Superhuman effort. Okay, Jamie Lee now has got Jessie Cottell's bowl coming up. Just draws around it, gets good position. That's a good bowl.
So the one she did miss out on was the 4s, which was pretty much this Cabramatta team, with the exception that Ellen Fife played instead of Selina Goddard. And the Champion of Champion pairs, which was won by Jamie Lee, Worsnop and Ellen Fife.
Just goes to tell you that Southwest Inter-region ladies side
They should be on.
Quite star-studded.
Yes. So required to have a minimum of 3 in each of the 2 categories for state sides, in the senior women and the women's. You can have 9 of one, but you have to have at least 3 of each category.
Sarah, does she hold down to this, Andrew? Well, good effort. Still on for her.
Probably worth more now too.
Yeah, you can see the intention. Well, Jess indicated that Cabra's holding 2 here.
Well, there is one sort of benefit out of the shower of rain this morning. We're playing end number 13, and it's just after 11:15, so we're making decent time, considering we started a little bit late and had a little hiatus.
Gets an edge of that. Yeah, well, that was... a Cabramatta bowl, I believe. Yes, that's Jamie Lee Worsnop bowl that was turned in down behind the jack. So movement of jack backwards now is quite dangerous for Forster.
I do remember when coloured bowls first come in and people said it's great, we'll be able to tell whose bowls are whose.
Well, says she gets it fat and through and flops in. Thinks she's grabbed a shot with that. Having a good look at it.
Yeah, same shot for Kaz. I did hear the call was we have 2 seconds. Or was it 3? But it was multiple. If Karen plays the same shot and just pokes Sarah's bowl through the hole.
Well, she needs to hold on now. That is a Forster bowl. Can get a result through to there. Did.
Oh, who bowl is it? Is that Kaz's?
The green bowl there is a Karen Murphy bowl.
3.
Yep.
Well, that's a big pickup.
Girls sort of realised it was a little bit fortunate.
Well,
Not big celebrations, but was on.
Just press the wrong button. Let's try that again.
See Cabra try and stretch this out now. Trying to push for that full length, probably about a metre short of the tee. Test these Forster ladies out on the longer lengths. Has been a pretty tight game at those shorter lengths. Forster has been favouring, so. Selina. It's pretty well grassed, I think. Speed looks handy. Kaz is calling it up. Yeah, she's pretty happy with that. What, 1.5 Andrew? 2?
No, and maybe not even 1.5
There you go.
Live view, maybe 40 centimetres. So
This is where Forster has a big chance of really starting this game strong as the lead.
yeah, just a little bit short with that one. Stretched out end.
She has struggled on these stretched out ends, the Forster lead, so
Selina swapping the other hand. Kaz said change it up. Just probably good smart move playing the open air. Just giving this one plenty.
yeah.
And it's stayed on board.
We see so often, Andrew, that swap of hands. Swap of hands, a lot of times players do tend to fall short, but Selina gave that every chance. Well, Jessie.
Didn't quite get underneath it.
White. Forster bowl that moved up.
Carol Edwards.
That looks like a very tight line there, Andrew. Pretty good weight. Finishing a good area. Jumping and aggression and cheering going on across the green, Andrew, especially in those two men's games. Jessie on a very good line here. She got the weight to get right down. She has. Finishes nicely in a great home and counts. So that should be a good visual guide now for Forster. Get to that bowl. They know they'll get the shot.
Forster girls are cheering this one in.
Oh, what a reply. Carol Edwards. Perfectly timed. And again, asking the question of the Cabramatta ladies. I like this, Andrew. I do like this. Not getting it all their own way. Having to really dig in deep. Not that I'm supporting either team, but it's really good to see ladies of this quality being challenged.
You want to see it get down to the 21st end and be a contest.
Oh, for sure. They're calling this in. They're calling it in. Jamie Lee Worsnop has stepped up and played it. Absolute brilliant bowl.
And killed the end.
Good result for Cabra. But excellent shooting by Forster.
All right, so Selina Goddard, she'll roll the jack for the second attempt at our 2/3 end. And number 14 coming up.
And we look to the right of us, or east of us there, Andrew. And some ominous clouds just starting to come over the top.
Hopefully they're heading for Brisbane, not for us. Not that I want to wish anybody else to get the weather. The sprinkle, that can go out to sea.
It's all right, I'll stay dry.
And we have gone a bit longer this time on the tee. Or at the tee, should I say. It does present a little challenge here because we can't get our camera very far back. We've got a post in the way.
See what this longer length does. Again, Forster lead just dropping fairway short. So a good tactic here by Cabramatta. Realising that the Forster lead is struggling on them longer lengths and get themselves a nice big advantage early in the end. Selina, we know, will be in very good areas, very established player. That's a great bowl. New Zealand representative. We do a lot of practice in these lengths. I do find, Andrew, that those more high-performing players at our international level, when they play state champs or even tournaments or at regional level, they tend to go to that tee-to-tee length a lot. They do.
Because a lot of people don't practice it.
He's exactly right. Now, if you can master that tee-to-tee length, Jessie Cottell, very close. If you can master it, it's definitely an advantage.
If you play the tee-to-tee well and you can roll it, you only have to play it better than your opponent as well. I've seen a few games where someone said, why did you keep throwing that tee-to-tee? You weren't getting close. And the simple answer was, close enough.
Yeah, if you're getting closer than your opposition, well, you've done the job, haven't you? Again, our game's not all about having to be on the jack every single bowl. This is a great bowl by Jessie, and this is becoming a good setup for Cabramatta and quite ominous for Forster, so...
That's one of the things, though, in tough conditions, as long as you're getting closer than your opponent does.
Weight's good here, just hanging a bit wide. Gave that every chance. If it stays up, it'll be handy, Andrew.
Seen a very big scoreline in a championship game, and someone said, those two fellas must have played well, and one of them said, no, we didn't. They looked at them, well, how did you win by that much? We played less worse than our opponents did. And even if you're not playing exceptional and you keep throwing that tee-to-tee and you're getting 2 or 3 shots every end, it's worth doing. And at the moment, Cabramatta's got pretty much every bowl they put down so far. Big bowl here from Verina needed, and she's not too far away.
She has played some big bowls for Forster. Look at that.
The
Great weight.
stay.
Stayed. Well, it's a measure for shot, but live, Andrew, I actually favour that last bowl of Foster's in front.
The big thing for Cabra is everything behind the tee is theirs.
Exactly.
Play with confidence, reach down, get the trail.
Wanting this to get down, they're calling it for it to get down.
Sits on that and stays, it'll be shot.
Yep, Karen's called it. That is the shot now. But what a big bowl by Verina. Probably 5 down on the head. Had the shot now, second wood, and she has produced a lot of goods in this game so far. Really helped to skip a Botto out. Oh, this is pretty well pointed as well, Andrew. Does it get down?
Yes.
Does it get down? Yep. Whoa. A little bit unlucky there. Well, Sarah's calling her in for shot.
Yeah, I think she's just rolled that shot enough. The front one now would be shot. And it was second wood, I think is now shot. There's a big opportunity here for Kaz, though.
Oh, Jamie Lee just called Cabramatta shot. So.
Oh, fisticuffs. A duel to decide who gets shot? No, we'll get a measure
Look,
out.
if you're Sarah Boddington, you probably feel like it's shot anyway. You saw yourself early in this hand, 5 down. Now you've got 2 in the head.
Big chance though for Kaz. Confident draw. Try just to sit that bowl. Sit that bowl behind. Well, it's Jamie Lee's probably don't want to sit it. Just to trail the jack a little bit.
Well, hard shot has to be precise, but a trail is worth quite a few here for the Cabra ladies. That blue bowl there, well, it's flopped it down.
Oh, Jason, I've got the message. We've got to be on our best behaviour again. Because Mum's watching again.
Oh, okay. Well, I could have fun with this.
Oh, lucky you should join in.
Okay, Botto. Well, she's got a couple of options here. She can beat the Forster dark bowl and flop in, or get right down to the blue, just a little wide. Good weight, good intention. We see Cabra having another good look at this. There we go, they're saying we still like ours for shot. There's a good opportunity on here for Botto. Karen wants another one in there. Botto gets one turn out of that back blue one. She can probably turn this head around into 3 for Forster. I think it's similar weight to her last, Andrew. Slight line adjustment.
Well, it's a big turnaround from halfway through the end when Forster were 5 down. Botto's got a chance to make 3.
Chance all comes through Verina. Third.
Don't
Botto,
think
she's
she's got the width.
Well, she's got the run. She's good, Andrew. She's close here. Botto. Oh, somewhat unlucky, I think.
Did not have the width. Only one bowl underneath,
Well,
but
it's only 1 to Cabra, so possible 1 down to a definite 1 down. Not a bad result, but massive effort. The width she wanted, we're talking a couple of inches in all honesty, so. 14 all after 14. So that's 7 end and 14 end rule. Don't know how this is going to finish, Andrew.
no. Well, Cabra were in front after 7. No, I think Forster in front after 7. I just wonder though whether that's a bit of a battery flattener for the Forster girls. I think, we might be holding a shot here to. No, we're definitely 1 down. Whereas I think they need to approach it as well. That was pretty good. We got out of that end that we could have dropped a big multiple.
Yep, and
We win a couple of ends here. We put the pressure back on the ones who are favoured to win too.
Well, again, the Forster lead, just dropping them in short, so it'd be good to see her teammates rally around her, have a chat with her. Okay, all right. We're going to miss behind, 2-3 metres behind even. Give them some better options.
Don't worry about that one. Just block the next one in close.
Yeah.
Give it a bit more.
Yep.
Play with confidence.
I'm seeing Selina do exactly that. If she isn't drawing the shot, she's finishing behind. Something we'd like to see more from this Forster lead do, and try and limit those chances of being 4 and 5 down, obviously, like they were previous end. Well, she did put a little bit more on it, but and look, and it's something that the Forster lead will know in herself. She is struggling, dropping short. She will know she'll be wanting to get up. So as a skip or teammates, you don't want to be harping on that. Probably reassuring her with some positive reinforcement.
Someone's just tried to have a crack and say, how come the Illawarra team has 2 subs? Well, they don't. They have a replacement and a substitute. Unfortunately, 2 of the players in the original winning team were unable to attend for various reasons, which were made abundantly clear to the match committee as the controlling body. Chris Green and Brendan Aquilina. Chris has some personal reasons for not being able to attend, and that Brendan's also.
I think the bottom line being it's all been approved by the State Match Committee within
in
the
line
laws.
with the laws and domestic regulations of the sport of bowls in Australia.
Exactly right.
So Jamie Mitchell comes in as a substitute, and player who hadn't played in the region championships came in as well was Gary Kelly. Bit lucky to have someone with the ability of Gary Kelly join your team, but
Carroll. Wow. Just misses, but great finish. Yeah, sorry, Andrew, keep going.
But you get an international for an international. Brendan Aquilina, of course, Commonwealth Games competitor. You had a region representative unavailable. Get Jamie Mitchell in. Jamie's pretty handy too. And you can guarantee with Lee in that team, everything has been completely I's dotted, T's crossed, and he's had absolutely no part in the decision-making process.
Okay, Verina. For me, she's been player of the match really for Forster. She gets that one neat up into the head, and Andrew, she's got shot for Forster again. It's been a great display of bowls here by Verina, playing third here for Forster, and
We get the Impact Player Award at the moment.
I think so. Well,
It's feeling a bit chilly.
wind has just picked up massively. I think there's something blowing in. So it's more than a gentle breeze, Andrew.
Hopefully there's not too much liquid in it.
Well, I think there might be some in it. It's only a little bit's good. Sarina trying to get right out and around. Finished in not a bad home, actually, Andrew. I don't mind it there. She obviously probably would have wanted another metre on that, but if there's any weight coming down there, edge of the jack, which is nearly on, if they're playing up through the pink bowl, she's in a good home.
Well, you'd be probably looking to make contact on your own bowl and just push that one through. A little plant onto the jack does look likely. Just depending on where you hit that pink bowl. If you hit it slightly to the outside of the rink.
See Karen coming down here.
Well, she's going forehand. She wants this backwards.
She wants jack. Oh, she just chipped her own out, so she gets a clear run to the shot bowl now. Now for Botto, I think she's playing the backhand here. If she can get to that back yellow and green, would be really, really good there.
Is she in trouble at the back?
Well, yes, she is. I think there is a count of probably 4 there. Just below our screen, there's that pink bowl. Well, there's 2 pink bowls. So there's could be a big count building up here. Botto gets to that. That's pretty handy, but all the way through, Cabra have everything. Just trying to drop a little bit of weight as we heard. How's she looking, Andrew?
Well, that one's on the too much shakes. It's dropped too much weight.
Okay. So Verina indicate definitely won.
Well, Cabra girls just cannot claim an ascendancy.
No, and it's been good play from the Forster girls, especially Verina. When they have been in trouble, she has had an answer the Forster third and made life difficult for the Cabramatta back end so far. Says, does she run? A bit tentative. Understandable too.
And again, they might not have been all delicate bowls and all perfect draws, but they were playing to the conditions, making sure you're up and into the head and giving yourself a chance.
Most definitely. She has been sensational at third, and I'm sure Sarah's happy to have her at this stage.
Just a little change in temperature with that wind, mate. It's got a little coolness about it. Don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, whether the coolness means that the rain might not be pushed, well, the clouds mightn't be pushed right up. Because you know, the higher they get, the colder the clouds get, the more likely to get rain.
Okay, we've got an umpire call here for length of jack. Rightly so too. See Forster pushing for them shorter ends, Cabra going the longer ones, so.
And that's a bit of an easterly breeze blowing, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's quite cool too, Andrew.
Not cool enough for me to go and get my staff jacket.
So on your screens currently, it is coming from right to left, that breeze. Well, wind, I should say. Stronger than a breeze.
Yes, right to left. I've got to work out which way the camera's pointing.
Whoa.
Not long enough.
Not quite. That was close though, but
You know, there's a good reason for the umpire to carry the jack back. Well, Jamie Lee's removed the pin, but done the right thing and held on to the tape. If you've got one of those auto-retracting tapes, the absolute worst thing you can do for an umpire is take the pin out and not hold the tape, because they fly back at you.
I've had it happen to me a couple of times, Andrew, and remember once, one club I was at, umpiring.
The most common reaction for an umpire, someone does that, they throw the tape away.
Exactly what I did, and unfortunately, it was in the middle of the green. I've dropped the tape, and it actually put a divot in the green. I got in a little bit of trouble, but at the same time, I went, well, it was a tiny divot in your green on my finger. So, yeah, had a little discussion with players.
You want to help the umpire, don't just pull the pin out. Because most of the time, the self-retracting tape, the best thing they can do is walk straight back up the green towards you. So only a few seconds you've got to wait. Once again, that jack being lost is possibly a critical factor. And even though Forster did, well, Cabramatta scored a 1, but Forster were in it at the back half of the last end going this direction. They've taken the chance that they were holding 5 and weight of numbers pressure can pay off again.
Oh, and you can see the Forster lead just struggling on these longer ends.
It is.
Just in a delivery trying to get extra weight.
Bit of moisture coming along with that wind, mate. You just can't see it on screen. Just see it out when you look out, the very light mist being blown across screen. I reckon you're just jumping up to try and get the radar up and have a look what's behind it.
No, I'm not. I've got a few messages coming through from players, and as apparently it's pouring down at Yamba, and being told it's heading north, so that's coming straight up to here.
Well, the Bureau says it's 22.2 in Ballina, feels like 23.2. I'm not sure about that. And the radar shows that we're about to get a little bit wet. There is a little squall just on the edge of Ballina now, but it's fading out as it goes over us. It's just a question of whether we're in the firing line or just beside it. Oh.
Just wants this one to run. So, I think it is 2 to Cabra here. Chance for Jessie to get right on this and make life difficult.
So I'm aware that we just had a couple of little glitches with our picture.
Okay. Again, 3 down here. Cabramatta getting that number pressure in early. Had it quite a few times they have in this match. Oh, Verina this time. She run right through. She can get a result. Well, it's still 3. Is this the time Cabra gets their multiple? They've held shots quite a few times. Verina's had an answer at 3rd. Botto's played really well to cut them back as well. Jamie, right down to the jack here, will be brilliant. Great shooting, Jamie Lee Worsnop. It's 4 down now.
So, yeah, if you are looking on at home and have seen a little, what looks like a test pattern come up a couple of times, it is an issue on our end.
Well, Verina, well, that wasn't... She wanted to be around that bowl, so yeah, 4 down here. Jamie Lee. Karen's just having a look at the opportunities there is for obviously Forster.
I've done everything I can to alleviate that issue at the moment. It might be a little trip to the cable shop the next few days and just change out all of our cables.
Karen here asking for Jamie Lee to draw a toucher. Okay. Well, 5 down here, Andrew. Well, 4, maybe 5.
Well, Verina wasn't able to change it round this time. Sarah's going to have to do it for the Forster girls. And
these conditions are not getting any easier as the rain is really coming down now.
We've got a few minutes of it. It's just a little short, sharp shower. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few players decide to shelter underneath our awning here.
We will see. These two girls play out this end. Sarah.
That's probably about 15 minutes worth of shower coming over, judging by the radar, and that is very unpleasant.
Lining up on the forehand here, trying to get down under that port, get to the jacks good. Andrew, if she holds, she's close.
Just got to slow down.
Wow, that's a mighty fine effort by Botto. She does stay up.
Look, she gave it every chance. And the problem she's got is there's no easy draw in. There's a lot of traffic in the way. Kaz, well, she'll be just trying to add another one here. Backhand draw. It's Jamie Lee on the way in on the backhand side. Needs to miss that front one.
Oh, she doesn't want that one.
She's got the edge of it. Run across.
The issue for Botto here, if she tries to draw, it's quite easily to drop short and still be the
Well,
4 to 5 down.
I think Kaz might have even got in then. We do have Greenside, the controlling body, standing there. Tell them to put their jackets on, Billy. Keep going.
Okay, Botto slightly wider than a previous. She's wanting it to get down. That is her dark bowl coming in. Gets edge of that. Well, that might have cut a few out, Andrew.
Yep.
May have cut the back ones out. Jamie Lee saying 3 and a look. So Botto has cut a few down.
And just to reinforce, the players can decide to come in out of the rain temporarily. They can agree and just sort of sit and wait for that passing shower. Perfectly okay. As long as they don't mind being told to get back out in it occasionally.
Yeah, I'd say we'll see the ladies here.
If they want to stop
break.
play officially, they have to appeal.
Kaz
Just through a little bit.
may have dropped that. Well, dropped the other one in as well. So have a good look at this now.
3 for sure. Going to put the tape on the rest.
4. It's been determined. 4 shots.
Well, that's a fairly big count at this time of the game. We've gone to 15 ends played, and it's 18 shots to 14. And all 9 of those 18 shots have come on 2 ends.
Yeah, most definitely, Andrew. And look, that was just, again, Cabramatta giving themselves opportunities of counts. And that time, Forster didn't have an answer. Cabra get the count they've been building up towards.
This rain is getting quite heavy.
I think we may see an interjection here by the match committee pretty soon. Andrew, we can see the puddles are building up very quickly here.
Well, you can see the water just sitting on the surface as it comes down. Anyone not involved in playing is getting off the green, except for Jamie Lee and Selina. But I can tell you this much, mate. If I would not be standing out on that green unless I absolutely had to. Because I'm made out of sugar, I'd melt.
Yeah,
and there's a few of them. Well, they're still playing, and I
think
Cabramatta Warilla are rolling their bowls back down. I wonder if there was a dead end there, though.
I think, in all honesty, there may be an interjection here by the match committee, I think.
Oh.
Well, there's lots of discussions going on, and in all honesty, Andrew, I was quite surprised they started their end here.
Yeah, look, the water is really starting to sit on the surface, so you can see where there's a fair bit of traffic been on some of these rinks. Fortunately, the majority of it sitting off where we're playing, I can actually see the water coming up under players' feet in a few spots.
Starts becoming a safety issue now, doesn't it, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, we're seeing an interjection by the State Match Committee.
Yep.
There is some safety issues.
Yeah, look, the water is pooling on this green. You can clearly see on camera one. I'll go to camera one, and you can clearly see there around the mat. And right along this 2 metre line. The question is, do we keep this stream going or cut it off and start a new one? I think we've got about 15 minutes to 20 minutes of rain. I don't think we're going to be back in 5 minutes again this time, so we will just call a temporary halt. We will resume when we can, but at 18 shots to 14 after 15 ends, we do have plenty of time, and we do know that the lights are very good here at Ballina, and we also know that the rain is supposed to have cleared by now. So
be one last ditch effort to just dampen our spirits.
So we'll see how we go, but we're going to call a temporary halt to our broadcast. We'll be back as soon as possible. Keep an eye on our YouTube and socials, but till then, we'll see you in a while.